Welcome to Tribal Council, Anfang tribe. You guys are the 12 rookies, the 12 fans that we casted in this game to compete against some of iSurvivor's best. Unfortunately, your first challenge in the eyes of the judges wasn't successful. Personally, for me, I thought it was fantastic. Great editing, great play on something that we've seen before. I was hit with a little bit of nostalgia. However, you guys missed the mark on the brief slightly in terms of it being a fairy tale-esque with a beginning, middle, and end type of story. Any other season, the three judges could have loved this one. So don't beat yourselves up in that this was a big flop. You guys lost by 2 measly points. So I want to congratulate all of you on an awesome job. The characters were great, editing was great, the teamwork from what I've saw was great. So good job on that. Unfortunately, one of you will be paying the price. Let's start with Kennedy. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great. So how has the start of the game been for you? Just general thoughts.
It's been a little crazy. I don't know anyone on this tribe, so like coming in and meeting 11 other people who I don't really know anything about is a little crazy and kind of getting into the groove of it. But y'all picked a great cast. I love everyone on this tribe. We're all full of personality and very different personalities, and it's super fun. So I've honestly just loved getting to know everybody.
How difficult is it now that you just said like you love everybody, great personalities, good team? So for a bunch of strangers, how do you determine who goes?
Um, that specifically is really hard because I love everyone, because everyone vibes so well. And because I mean, you saw the video, you can tell that we definitely meshed pretty well. The video was done really well. I think this is when you kind of have to base it on, especially the early rounds, who you made strongest connections with early on. And as cheesy as it sounds, who's gonna hurt the least to kind of have to see go? Because I don't want to see anyone go, but it's going to be sad regardless. It's just more how strong are those connections and do you think you'll be able to build on them?
Thank you, Kennedy. Tony, I saw you nod your head in agreement with something that Kennedy said, in that maybe a little bit about this vote is who you will least likely be sad about if they left, who would cause the least amount of ripples if they left. So tell me why you agree with a statement like that.
I feel like this game is a process of like slowly falling in love with everybody that you meet, and then one by one getting your heart broken as everyone kind of goes away. And if you don't put the time in to like, get connected with people, then they're never going to have a chance to really know who you are or make that connection.
So is that what you're basing your vote on tonight? Connection?
I'm basing my vote on Defang, unity, and strength. I think that the favorites are powerful and dangerous, and we have to take them incredibly seriously moving forward.
Thank you, Tony. Lauren.
Hi.
Hey, you're finally here in iSurvivor. Thank
Yeah.
you. How has the first episode been from your perspective?
I've been getting I've been getting along with a lot of people, I feel like. So I don't know. I like a lot of people on this tribe.
How important is this vote
Um
in how important is this vote in setting your tribe up for future success?
I feel like every vote's kind of important. Um like is important because you want, like, if it's not united, then it just falls apart near the end.
So is this a vote in trying to stay as unified as possible?
Probably, yeah. Nobody wants to like set any like waves this early on.
Best of luck, Lauren. Thank you so much. Brian,
Hello.
good evening. So obviously I can't help but have seen that I recently did an editing challenge where I was the editor. I know how much pressure that was for me. Being the editor, do you feel like the loss is a little bit more on your shoulders at all because you had to submit the final or you had a bulk of the work? Like they could have sent you all the footages you want, but without an editor, none of that matters. Do you bear a little bit, like whether even if it's self-inflicted, is there more pressure on you tonight at all?
There's always some sense of responsibility when you're at the tail end of any project, maybe in real life or in a game like this. But at the same time, like, I'm a person who believes in making the best of what you have. And that's what we had at that point, and I was just making the best out of it. And I mean, to compare what we had with what the other team had, their fucking video is unwatchable. You can repost this and they can watch it, bitches. Your videos was unwatchable. But I think our video was really was watchable and entertaining. It just didn't hit some criteria, as you said. At that point, the pizza guy is here. I'm just gonna get it.
You're
I'm
fine. You're fine,
sorry.
Brian. No, you're good. Perfect answer to my question. Thanks, Brian. Best of luck. Charlie,
Hey,
how are you? Jack, was it?
yeah, I think it was supposed to be more of Jack and the Beanstalk, but I went with Jack and Jill because I was sure.
So, what are you basing your vote on tonight?
I think I'm basing my vote on just who I think will, on how we can be active in challenges and who will be here the most and who can really help us slay.
So do you want to enlighten me a little bit as to who has not been as present on the team, or do you want to leave me in the dark?
You can stay in the dark, Sandy, because I was not one of the most present people here, so I don't think I'm at liberty to say who wasn't present.
Best of luck in the vote, Charlie. Thank you. Does anybody
Thank
else?
you.
Emma, do you might know anybody on this tribe who has not been as present and therefore may be affecting tribe unity, tribe cohesion, tribe strength?
I think there's been a few people that have been inactive, but I think those people know who they are. And I think those people can figure out what to do by themselves without me needing to comment on it.
So as somebody who in the Meet Me said that they haven't played many games, and the games that they have played that have been like Survivor-esque, you've been out early. Do you expect that same result? Early could be tonight for you.
I don't expect that, but I mean, anything could happen, and I hope that's not the case. But if it is, then it's been real. I don't know. I just hope everything goes well, and if it doesn't, then it doesn't.
Good luck, Emma.
Bye.
Thank you. Bria.
Yes.
How are you feeling now that we're at Tribal Council? You've known about the loss for almost 24 hours-ish. You've had that stress and the strategizing time. Like, how are you feeling in this present moment right now?
I mean, I'm feeling a little bit relieved that we're finally getting to it. You know, we don't have to keep stressing about it and keep worrying about people, you know, talking to each other and stuff. So I'm like, you know, relieved about that. But still a little bit stressed because, like, you know, just like anybody else, it could be me. It could be like, you know, anybody. So like, I don't think anybody's like, you know, just like A-okay, because you never know, you know, when something's going to happen.
If it was you tonight, would you regret anything that you did or didn't do? And do you think this tribe would make a wise decision if it was you tonight?
Not at all. I don't think that this tribe would make a wise decision if it was me. And would I regret? I probably regret joining. Like, you know, like doing all that work just to go home first.
First,
You
yeah.
know,
Well, do you feel like you've done enough to avoid that?
Yeah, kind of, yeah. I mean, I feel like I haven't been inactive. Maybe that's like, you know, the start, you know.
All right, Brea, I wish you best of luck in the boat.
Thank you.
Alicia.
Hi.
Hey. So How has this game been for you? You are probably not the youngest castaway we've had, but we haven't had a young castaway such as yourself in a long time. So do you think because of your age that you have had to put in a little bit more a little bit more energy trying to talk to these people, or has your age affected anything so far for you now that you see that your tribe is a whole group of different people, different ages, different genders, ethnicities?
I did have to say that my age did affect how I went into this game a little bit more. Cause as I was looking at cast reveal that night, I was kind of like, wow, I'm the only minor in this cast, number one. So, and then like, I'm the youngest member on our tribe. So it's kind of like more holding my weight because like I'm on summer break right now, but like I still have a job and everyone else is like, oh, I'm at work. And I'm like, how do you really explain that you're at work as a 14-year-old kind of thing? And it's kind of like I have to protect myself from some things. Like I can't just I have to be cautious of who I speak to and how I speak to them because of my age, still protecting myself and being true to myself and having those boundaries. Yeah, I'm finished. I'm done rambling.
Okay. So do you feel like you've done sort of the same question as Bray? Do you feel like you've done enough? You've made your presence known. You've helped out in the challenge. Do you feel like you've done enough to avoid the chopping block tonight?
I definitely feel like I did enough to avoid the chopping block tonight. I was a main role in our video. I woke up at 6 a.m. to film them on my summer break. It was kind of just a lot. And then but I do kind of feel like there was still some other things being asked of me because by the time that everyone's like, well, with Brian, who was my main communication in the challenge, he was kind of like, oh, well, I still need you to do this. And I'm like, I'm not even at home. Like, there was just a lot going on in my personal life that prevented me to do everything that he wanted me to do. But I still feel like I've done enough to be like, hey, Alicia is a good contributor to our team.
I wish you the best of luck in the vote. Thank you for answering my questions.
You're welcome.
Deshaun.
Hey.
Hey. So as a first-time orger, right? Correct me if I'm wrong.
Mm-hmm.
How has the start of this been for you? Has it been an adjustment? Has it been overwhelming? How you doing?
I think I'm doing pretty good. I've been making connections with people. I've been true to myself, true to them, and anybody who I've spoken to just knows that I'm honest, and they have my word.
So you think that from the people you've spoken to, you've made those solid enough connections to at least not be the first one voted out?
Yeah, like everybody is saying, I think the decision was made solely on people not being there, and we probably feel as if this person is not here, then we can just move forward stronger, and that we will be able to win the next challenge. So we won't be here next week.
Everyone's been a little bit tight-lipped about this person. Do you want to enlighten me at all, or do you want to keep me in the dark too?
I feel like I just feel like since we're a smart tribe, everybody, including this person, should know who it is.
Got it. Thank you, Deshaun.
You're welcome.
And last but not least, Devin's the only one I haven't spoken to who's here, right? Yeah. Devin.
Hi.
Hey. How's the game been for you?
Kind of like the same as everyone else. It's been just about like I kind of feel like piggybacking is kind of boring, but like I kind of agree with whatever you like what's been saying. Like the unity thing is like it's I feel like it's underestimated how important unity kind of really is. So like to some people it might not be the biggest deal, but it really is a big deal. I think unity is extremely important. And like in general, I feel like I've just like been talking to people like everyone else has, just normal conversations. I feel like it's been fine.
Now, it's funny you mentioned unity, and the sort of the theme of this tribal council is fans unity. That's the vibe that I'm getting. However, there's one little issue that could play a part in this whole unity theme, is that the twist, or one of the twists this season, is you get rewarded for voting in minority. If you aren't part of sending home the underdog, the person who gets their torch snuffed, you will be rewarded by receiving a page, or the page that they received, or their pages. So
Well,
do you think that's going to play, whether it's this tribal council or in the future? Is that something that needs to be considered?
so I think it will play a part. Me personally, I feel like it is part of the game, but in the same sense, it's kind of like selfish. I mean, I get that's the point of the game, so people are gonna do it, of course. Maybe I'm in the dark here, but I don't really care to be being selfish and stuff for advantages. So maybe I'm on a boat with that one, but that's how I feel. And yeah, that's just how I feel. And I really think unity is extremely important. I want to reiterate that again. So
Thank you, Devin.
you're welcome.
All right. And Fong, you've all had the opportunity to answer a question, be probed by me, but this is when I turn it around to you guys and allow you, anybody who has anything they want to add, anything they want to say. Brea?
I do want to say, you said people who vote in minority get a page, right?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm pretty sure that everybody on here kind of has the same thought. I mean, can I see some head nods, or maybe I'm wrong?
Are you saying like someone throws a vote to get in a thing? Is that what you're saying here? What are you saying?
No.
Are you saying like everyone has the same idea of a name?
Yes.
Are you comfortable saying the name so I make sure I don't accidentally vote wrong?
I don't think that we should say.
That's
say
okay.
the
That's
name.
okay. That's okay.
I think everyone knows who it is.
But
Okay. I think I know.
Does everybody have the same thought?
Okay. Yes.
So I'm just saying, if
everybody
somebody
has the same
votes
thought, so like if anybody is voting outside of
a
what you
minority,
said,
there's only these
tribal
people on
council,
here.
then we would know that the minority is selfish. And I just feel like being the minority so early in the game is probably going to get you in trouble. So if you want a page, then
why
you're going
would
to
you do
add.
that? If we're trying to be united, then why are you throwing your vote?
All right, so now
We
I'm
don't
getting
need
the vibe
ripples.
that this should be a united vote, and that anybody who does not vote within the unity, I might be hearing about you in some confessionals or might be snuffing your torch in the future. Is that the vibe I'm getting here?
Yeah, well, I don't see why someone would go out of their way to throw a vote tribal one.
I'm just saying, if this is such a united vote, and there is people who said something but then magically votes differently, there is 12 people in this tribe. It's not going to be hard to select who was the person.
Hunt you down.
No,
Can I just say something now? Like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Brian, of course.
So today I didn't really get a name as to who to vote, but I did talk to people as to who I will not vote. And to me, as much as I understand people talking about team unity and all this and that, unity can also be tested when you're in the challenges. Unity can be tested with how you communicate with people and how you talk. It's not just the last minute pressure of this is how you do it. To me, when I give my word to someone, I give my word to someone. There are 3 reasons why you can actually vote in minority. The cheapest reason is to actually get those advantages. And sometimes you just have to stop explaining yourself as to why you vote in minority, because you have to understand that people will accept an explanation based on their level of perception. I'm voting in minority because I gave my word and I don't believe in breaking my word. And that's just who I am as a person, even at work and even with my family.
So you're saying that you're doing it because of your word and not for the page.
Yes. If I have to give up not getting the
wait.
page,
So you're saying that you're voting in minority. You're saying you're voting in minority, so you know who the vote is.
I found out from the person today, like an hour ago. They're like, "Oh, I think I'm going." All this and that. I'm like,
so they told you to get a free page. Is that? I'm confused with that.
Wait, no, so you're saying
I think it's just more. I think it's more. You've talked to this person. You've given them your word that you don't want to go against them, and you feel bad breaking that, which I can understand. Yes. I don't think
I
like.
feel like they should.
But if he knows he's going, then why would he?
So then, like, you should be able to
I
vote
understand
for that
that.
person if they No.
Guys,
True,
wait,
I understand that as well.
honestly,
But if he knows he's going, why can't he just go along with it if he's fine with it?
this sounds like a great post tribal council back at camp conversation.
Yes.
So if anybody has any last, like, if you feel vulnerable, take the mic, beg for them to not vote you out. Otherwise,
Okay, all I'm saying is one band, one sound, one vote.
thank you, Deshaun. I could not think of a better way to start the voting process. Okay, this is how it's going to work. When I call your name, you will make your way over to your Discord confessional. You will type the name of the person you are voting out, the name of the person you want to see written on the parchment. No talking amongst each other until I'm going to create the parchments, all right? Kennedy, you're up first. Tony, time to vote. Lauren. Brian. Charlie. Emma. Brea. Deshaun. Devin. Alicia. If I have not called your name, I forgot, but vote. I'm going to go and tally the votes. Once the votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the Zoom and iSurv1vor Tribal Council area immediately. You will become the second person to leave the game, but the first person voted out of season 36. No more time in the Black Forest. If anybody is in possession of a hidden immunity idol and or any other game power, now is your time to play it. I'll read the votes. First vote, John. Alicia, that's one vote for John, one vote for Alicia. John, that's two votes, John, one vote, Alicia. John, we're at 3 votes, John. Next vote. John, 4 votes, John, 1 vote for Alicia. John. Jonathan, that's 6 votes, Jonathan, 1 vote for Alicia. And the first person voted out of iSurv1vor, Black Forest. Jonathan. Fortunately, Jonathan is not here. He probably will or won't watch this recording. Jonathan, it's been a pleasure. I know you have been trying to get on this show, this game for X amount of years. I'm glad that you finally got the opportunity. Unfortunately, it seemed to start on a weekend that was quite busy for you and you just were not able to recuperate after your tribe lost. Love you, mean it. It's been a pleasure. To the rest of Anfang, to the 11 of you, good thing that this vote was about unity. Sticking together and kicking the fave's ass, I promise you, that is the only path to victory, at least right now in these early stages, is you need to beat those faves. If you don't, you guys will dwindle, and it's just going to be that much more of an uphill battle. With that being said, you guys can head back to camp, do what you need to do to continue on with that unity, and bring it for this coming challenge. You guys can head back to camp. The tree mail will be posted tomorrow.